What is up, guys? Welcome to another live session. Today is February 7th, 2020, and we're back again on the charts. Sorry I'm out of breath. To go get a sweater, I was feeling a bit cold. So today is our Friday session. It's our profit recap session. I'm sure we'll have people watching on YouTube as well as our portal, so I'll say good morning to everyone. Jesus. And before I start, make sure you hit the like button on this video, you subscribe, and leave a comment. We'll choose a winner again later today, and we'll post it on our Telegram, whoever won. Okay? So, Jesus. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a nice comment, any questions you have, and also some admin stuff before we get into the juicy part. I know this Aussie trade looks beautiful. We did take it, but I do have to get some admin stuff out of the way. We do have some February promotions. Every month we'll have promotions. Last month we had a few, and this month we have two. So the first one is the 3+1 offer. Basically, if you join the trading room for a 3-month membership, the quarterly subscription, you'll get a month extra for free. The other one is for all trade room members. If you stay for 12 consecutive months, so 97 for 12 consecutive months, after those 12 consecutive months, you'll become a lifetime member with no extra charge. So basically, you stay with us in the trade room for 12 months and you qualify for a lifetime membership with no extra charge. So those are the offers, and we also have the first timer offer, which is if it's your first month with our trading room, you will get 50% off. And to get any or all of these offers, go ahead to forexlens.com and chat with Allison, and she will help you guys out, okay? And at the end of the session, I'll be giving the 50% off coupon code, which you can use to sign up at forexlens.com/forex-trading-room. And you'll have to wait till the end of the session when I give that code. But it's going to be a juicy session. So I have a few tabs open. Let me go ahead and say good morning to everyone in the portal. And people on YouTube, I did not forget about you. I'll also be checking those messages as well. And I'll be getting back to everyone. So the format of this session, if you're new, I just go through the trades we took this week, wins and losses. Then I go through some pair recommendations at the very end, answer any questions, and then at the very end I give a 50% off coupon code for your first month. So pretty awesome. So I'm excited about today's session. So this is our portal, beautiful. I just said good morning to everyone, and today was NFP, so we'll talk about that right off the bat. So the Canadian dollar, and if you guys don't know, I'm in Canada, so this is great for us. Employment change, we had a 34.5k jobs this month. This was the actual. This is much better, almost twice than the forecast, which is great. Unemployment dropped to 5.5%. That is phenomenal. Right now, the forecast was 5.7%, so this is great. The U.S. average hourly earnings went down, but the NFP, they added 225k jobs, which is great. Although unemployment did tick up back to 3.6%. The 3.5% was a 50-year low, so that's where the dollar didn't completely dominate. It was a bit of a mixed NFP, but this is still good right here. I think this unemployment rate will kind of turn over. It's just seasonally based. We just finished the holiday season, so there's a lot of jobs available, and now everything's coming back to earth. But I think over time, with the new trade deal that's coming in play, that this will come back to 3.5%. So the dollar is still looking strong, like we expected it to for the whole year. And we're gonna look at some pairs. These are the trades we took this week. Let me know if I'm skipping any, but Euro Aussie, Aussie dollar, Aussie yen, NSD CAD, pound Aussie, US oil, and GBP yen. So we'll take a look at Aussie dollar since it's the first one. This was a setup which we were pretty damn patient about because last week we had a phenomenal short from up here. We trickled down all the way to the support, and then all week we were waiting for a breach of support here to go lower, but we didn't get it. We kind of went on a mini bull run, and I said that's fine. That does happen during a significant downtrend. But there's always a big sell-off afterwards. So I drew this simple trend line on the 1 hour time frame, very clean trend line. We got a break of the trend line, and the next thing I wanted was a break of this crucial support in the blue line right here. We got that. I called the entry, and we just had a nice smooth transition down to our final take profit, a nice clean 50 pips. And now next week we might have another short in play to go lower, although we did pop back up this support, so we'll see. But very simple trade. And Aussie dollar is just so bearish, even on the daily time frame. You can see, we had these is probably like 10 straight days of just selling the Aussie dollar from here. We had a nice little relief. Some buyers came in and some sellers pushed back in. So I do see us going lower, as you can see from the daily time frame. We have ways to go, but we're just at a pretty significant support right now. If I just put my horizontal line right here, you can see the support is pretty significant, dating back to the summer of 2019, which has held us up. So we need this daily candle, which is this daily candle right here. Let's zoom in. The body of this daily candle to come below this level to continue us lower, and we should be good. So right now buyers are pushing it back up above this level. We need that daily candle closure to come back down below. So that was the first one. Continuing with the Aussie bearish sentiment, we had Aussie yen, and this was a trade I analyzed during yesterday's session. And I was actually grocery shopping, and then my trading view alert came on, and I told everyone just enter. And what a beautiful trade! What a beautiful trade! So our entry was here during the Japan session, and currently we are up around 50 pips right now. We actually went as far as 80 pips deep. So, we went as far as 73.048, so almost 80 pips deep. Right now we're up 50 pips. If you haven't taken profit, I do suggest you do. I don't want to really hold trades over the weekend, especially with new cases of coronavirus coming out. It's definitely a bit risky, but another phenomenal trade. And yeah, it was very it looks very similar to the Aussie dollar analysis, right? On the daily time frame, multiple days of sell-off. We had some buyers come in, and then we had a nice seller momentum come in too. So a very similar story as well. Right now the daily candle is struggling just because some buyers have popped back in. But if on Monday this candle is somewhere down here, we can continue the short all the way down here. So that's awesome. During most of these moves do happen during the London session when I'm asleep. But I was happy I caught all these trades. I'm very excited that a lot of you did too. So this is great. I'm gonna check the chats as I go through. So let me just check out all the chats on the portal. I'm just in Aussie yen now, about 40 pips. That's awesome. Indeed, there is some slippage in UK, but fortunately only 7 pips. Still holding Aussie yen NSD. Yeah, Aussie yen, NSD, USD, NSD CAD are doing superb. Yeah, NSD CAD was also great. Do I have that here? Yeah, I do. Awesome. Yep, this week has been phenomenal. Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, it has been a really good week. RPs, Aussie dollar, Aussie yen trades went like a dream. Yep, control that greed, guys. Some amount of pips is always better than others. Running risk free on NSD CAD and Aussie dollar. Awesome. That's amazing. It looks like everyone had an amazing week. We also have some chart work in the chat. That's awesome. USD CAD. We'll take a look. Thank you for that, Janny. Awesome. So this is great. Kind of popped into a new tab. So Aussie yen, that was one. What was the other one we took? NSD CAD. Phenomenal. And this is a setup that I'm still in right now. I should probably close before the market closure, but look at that. This thing has ways to go. That's why I'm still in it. This thing has ways to go. I wish we could trade on the weekend. I mean, some brokers do allow that, but come on, look at the daily candle. This is a sell, sell, sell. Unless something drastic happens during the weekend, next week we should be down here, 0.83048. That's over 270 pips away. So we can get this. And this is what I'm very excited for. Daily candle looks pretty good. It could look better. Right now it's kind of printing a hammer, but hopefully some sellers come in and push it down. Very simple analysis. Let me just reset the chart. All we were waiting for during yesterday's session, February 6th, was a bearish closure below this level. And this whole week I've been hammering it into people's minds what a bearish closure is. This candle right here is a bearish closure, right? This is probably the second most bearish closure. We got that. We kind of flirted with some hammers, and then overnight we just slipped like a baby. Just slipped very, very hard. Let's say your entry was somewhere here, 0.85772. You went as far as 0.8151, 60 pips, and right now we're up around 50, so that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. And so if you haven't taken profits, do so right now. I probably will after the session. But dope. We do have ways to go, so don't worry. This will be available on Monday to trade. So don't worry. On Monday's free session, we'll give it another look. Mohammed Khan asked how to join. That's a good question. So all you have to do is go to forexlens.com/forex-trading-room, and you have two options. Sign up for a free membership. The free membership is only Monday and Friday sessions. That's it. You want to get full access. That's every day. You get all my teaching, all my entries, and my signals, and 4 other signal providers. And I'm going to give you a 50% off coupon code at the end. So instead of 74 for the month, it's actually going to be half that. So do wait at the end, and you'll see what I mean by that. So let's continue on with our session. So guys, NSD Cat, make sure you secure profits. Definitely ways to go. Pound Aussie. So Pound Aussie was a setup we took, I think, on Thursday or Wednesday. Not this chart. Which one was it? Did I lose the chart? Hope I didn't. You guys might have to remind me. Which chart was it? Jeez. This is why TradingView needs to keep only one broker. It gets a bit chaotic with all these different charts. I don't know where my trade idea went, but we shorted Pound Aussie. Let me see if I could pull it up. Well, it's fine. But we did short Pound Aussie. The people in the portal can attest to this. Pretty solid trade as well. I think that was a net gain of 60 pips. It was an intraday trade. Let me find the exact entry. I think it was here. Got it. Yeah, so the exact entry was here. I'll quickly recreate the trade that we took. And it was on the 30-minute time frame that I took. I usually don't trade the 30-minute time frame, but this one, we took the short from here, and we made around 60 pips. It was something like this. Yeah, something like this. And so this was another 60 pips for the week. That's why I don't let people use my charts, because my ideas go missing. Anyways, so U.S. oil was a really big trade, and we have been pretty much spot on with U.S. oil this whole time. If you guys go through some of our YouTube videos, you know our accuracy for U.S. oil has been pretty ridiculous. So U.S. oil, if you want to see the before and after, it's actually on our YouTube, but very similar analysis. You know, just a nice entry off the daily time frame, actually the 2-hour time frame. We just drew a simple resistance region over here, and then we saw an opportunity during one of the sessions to go short. And within 2 hours, we had over 70 pips bagged before we got reverted back at our partial position. But pretty solid setup. This was the candle that we entered on, and if we zoom in just to show you guys, since we're very price action based, knowing your Japanese candlesticks is very important. And this is the most bearish candle you can get. Just a body, a fat body with no wick on either side. And this was the trade. So a very awesome slip, and boom, right? And so this was a U.S. oil, and we can see if we move to the left, the right, we've come back up to resistance and then had another sell off, and so these zones that we draw, these lines and zones that we draw, have really good importance on the charts. They're drawn very methodically, very strategically, and you can see, if you didn't get this short opportunity, you could definitely have gotten this one. But this was another 70 quick pips during the day, with only 1 or 2 hours. So this is awesome. So I'll go ahead and remove that. And what else do we take? And so we did have a losing trade this week. We got to be transparent, and there's no problem. It was pound yen, which is in profit now. Interesting. This is a setup. Wow. Okay. Whatever. I think this is from Wednesday's session. So we shorted pound from here. Okay. And what had happened was, on the 1 hour time from which we're at right now, this candle was actually all the way down here, and I think it was like 3-4 minutes left for the candle closure. It was really late at night and I was tired, so I think maybe it's probably gonna close that way. It didn't. It actually flicked back up and stopped us out, I think, at 43 pips. And so on Wednesday, when this thing made a rally and printed these bearish candles, I'm like, guys, if that same level that we stalled at, if it breaks, it's gonna be a short. And what do you know it? After some consolidation, it did finally go as a sell-off, and drop over 60 pips. And so I won't even count this in the pip count, but this was a setup given on Wednesday after we took a loss, I think on Tuesday or Monday. So yeah, I want to know if anyone on the portal got that chat. NSD CAD, Edward, there will be definitely a different entry point on Monday. But obviously it's Friday, it's not a good time to enter. Did anyone catch pound yen? But yeah, so I'd wait for Monday. There's still a long ways to go. We have 280 pips left on that trade, to kind of capture. So don't worry about it. But yeah, pound yen. We had a loss here. I gave another trade idea, and whoever took it was a huge winner. But so that's how the week went. I think I covered all the trades that we took, and at this point, I'll be taking any questions. James M, how many trades do you give per day? So probably two to three a day. During the live session, if the entry's there, I give it immediately. If a setup is pending, I'll send in my chart work. But I'm not the only signal provider. So when you become a trading room member, you get all my teaching, all my signals, plus 4 other providers, and the 4 other providers send around 3-4 trades a day each. So you're looking at about 10 to 12 setups or signals a day from us. But yeah, I like to stick to 2 to 3 a day, based on my price action strategy. And I like to aim for 300 pips per week, with around 70 to 80% accuracy. Last week we had, I think, 1 losing trade. The week before we had 0 losing trades. This week we only had 1 losing trade. So we try to get the best possible setup as possible. So I don't want to bore people. If you have any pair recommendations, let me know. For those that are intrigued about the trading room, we'll give the coupon code right now to get the 50% off. It is very simple. It is JAN50, all capital. And what you're going to do is, if this is your first month with us, you're going to go to this link, forexlens.com/forex-trading-room. Click Get Full Access for as low as 74. And then fill this out, with accurate information. Make sure your number, your email, and your Telegram username are all accurate. When you click Next, you will see an option to add a promo code. And then if you add JAN50, you will get that. Now, if you're not a new member with us, but you do want to try the trading room, there's also a 25% off coupon code, and you can use that as well. So new members can get the 50% off their first month. Some of our old members can get 25 off their first month. So that is that, and our next free session is on Monday. So okay, cool. At least Edward got the GJ, got 20 pips on it, stopped at TP1. Awesome. So yeah, our next session is Monday. If you're on YouTube, let me know if you have any questions. I'm in Florida, Eastern Standard Time. What time do you start sending out signals? So we are in the Eastern Standard Time as well. So we send out signal. Well, I send out trades during the day, during the Eastern Time Zone. Sometimes I might stay up for the London session as late as 2 a.m. But from now all the way to maybe 2 a.m. Eastern is when I send out trades. So that should be really good for you, Johnny Be Good. Hopefully that answers your questions as well, James and Mohammed. And yeah, so guys, take advantage. 50% off your first month is pretty solid for the trade room. Also 25 off is not bad. And so you're getting all my teaching and all my signals, and you can join the guys in the chat. We have a bunch of people chatting away during the day, sending in chart work. So I'll take a look at USD CAD since one of our traders sent this chart work in, and we'll see what happens next week. So let's see USD CAD. So you can see our first long idea. This was after the Bank of Canada, and we went to TP1. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. This is a second possible entry we had. And to our surprise, it almost went to our final take profit for someone that asked. So during the week, we did have this long setup for USD CAD, which went to 20-ish pips. Because you have to guys I never called a signal on this trade because from this resistance to this one, it's only a 30 pip difference, right? So I'm not gonna trade. I told you guys I'm not gonna trade for 30 pips. It's not worth my time. And so this went 20 pips and then kind of dropped back down during NFP and then came back up. But USD CAD. It's a bit confusing because NFP was great for the dollar for the most part, and then the unemployment data for Canada was great. So it's kind of in a tricky spot. But we don't take trade setups where there's only 20 to 30 pips to gain. It's not worth our time, and this is a good example why. And we also had NFP, so I'll remove that off the chart. Maybe the daily could give us a good idea. See, the daily, we're really close to this resistance. I mean, not even just this resistance. We do have the secondary resistance here. In the past few days in 2019, during the last quarter, we failed to go higher. So, honestly, my bias is starting to lean to short, just because we're near this major resistance, and if not this one, definitely this one. So, we're 20 pips away from that major resistance, so I am going to be starting to look at shorts for USD CAD. The only way I would not is if we get a break above the blue region, and then the CAD could go up to maybe 1.35,000. So that's just my bias for now. As you can see, if you look on the daily, the whole zone kind of makes sense. If I kind of paint this out, we're in a zone, right? USD CAD, we're in a nice zone. And from these two levels, so we're coming pretty darn close up to here. Any day, we're just gonna wait for a daily candle closure that's bearish from this blue resistance zone, up here. And if we get there, we're gonna short it. And the risk reward will be phenomenal. I think this week all of our trades had a 2.5 risk reward or higher. Usually 2.0s are standard, but if you look at the risk reward for this trade setup, from shorting from up here is almost 5.0 RR, so that's amazing. And so that's what I'm gonna wait for. I think that's the most probable setup, in my opinion. Thank you for sending in your chart work, Janny. Much appreciated. So very awesome. Can I check gold? I would love to. This is from Magnus. I'll check gold. Let's see how gold reacted to NFP. And see, my gold analysis is missing. This is why I gotta start locking down my charts. It's okay, we can do a full analysis of gold, that's fine. Very quickly, we'll do a quick top-down analysis of gold. And we know by now, for most of you, you guys should know which levels I'm very keen on. For example, if you guys are new to gold or just haven't noticed, this is the all-time high for gold, right at 1913 area. Maybe even 1918, right there. I'll actually just put array. Okay, and we had some support down here at gold in 2019. So we had this huge high made in 2011, and then since then, from 2013 to all the way to 2018, we've stayed below this blue support region, right? 1535. You can see why it's a support. when gold went to make its all-time high. For many months, it used this blue region as a support until it finally broke. And now, if we come to 2019, the last few months, last quarter, we used it as resistance till we finally got a push above. And if you guys look at my bold predictions video on our channel, I do think gold will go to 1800. That's my opinion, and it does look pretty good right now. Right now, it's just retesting this support that it broke, this blue region right here. But I do think it's gonna go higher, and just as a prediction, right? But this is just based on technicals. Fundamentals can weigh heavy on gold. For example, if the dollar continues to get stronger, then obviously gold will continue going lower. If coronavirus, if coronavirus increases the cases, the tragedies, etc., then gold will continue to go higher because gold will be a safe haven. Let's say coronavirus, they found a cure and a vaccine, then gold can most definitely slip. I think coronavirus is really holding up gold right now as a commodity, because right now the dollar is really strong, and usually when the dollar is strong, gold is plummeting, but coronavirus fears are holding it up. So just from the monthly, just from the monthly, you can see kind of the idea. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is kind of currently retesting this zone. You can see these past few weeks, disregarding this candle, and this candle, we're just printing hammer after hammer after hammer. So it is looking like a lot of buyers are pouring in, and you can see these last few candles have been really huge bullish candles. This candle right here was when Soleimani actually this was when U.S. and Iran were doing that mini war. So this candle went up here and then dropped all the way back down. You can see 1, 2, 3, 3 bear hammers, and the next one is printed as a hammer. So 4 hammers are printed, and that's why the monthly candle looks like a hammer. So there's definitely buyer momentum coming in. And if you check the daily, we have a different story. There is a potential to short, and I think someone is shorting. Big G Dub, I've been short on gold since NFP. Nice. It's a bit risky, but if you know what you're doing, it's awesome. So if we just plot this previous resistance down at 1555, we can see this is currently being used as support, right? This resistance is currently being used as support. And if we draw this next support down here, right at 1490. So this is what our old gold chart looked like, and basically what we were waiting for when we shorted gold last week was a bearish closure below this resistance to take it down to 1490. But the thing was, we did have that bearish closure. It was just the coronavirus was really holding this thing up, and it's just reluctant to go lower. And so that's the problem with gold right now. And I made a pact with people in the trading room, and even myself. I'm not taking any more gold shorts, only longs, unless the major thing we do is we close below this level right here, 1490, or if we get another bearish closure below 1551. And so that's just my opinion, but for now the long still stands until we clear all these like this high right here, and we droop below 1490. That's my opinion for gold. But yeah, so weekly looks still pretty good to me. So if you have gold laying at home, or you're just swinging it, then it still looks pretty good for a long. So hopefully that makes sense, Magnus. I'll save this chart and send it through on Telegram after this session. So next week we can potentially continue NSD CAD short, Aussie yen short, and Aussie dollar short. There was also a Euro NSD trade that was given yesterday. Let's take a look on how that is doing. Oh, this is not the chart. This one. Okay, so Euro NSD, this is a potential setup given, and what we were waiting for was a key bearish closure on the 4-hour time frame to go lower. If you look on the 4-hour, we did not get that. So on the 4-hour, we did not get that 4-hour bearish closure below our horizontal line, so we could not short it. I did think when we were at these two candles that it was time to go lower, but obviously not. The New Zealand dollar is so weak right now, so the euro obviously took advantage. And let's just give a look at NSD USD. And See, this is why you guys gotta remind me. So NSD/USD. Well, actually, I think someone did talk about in the portal. This is another trade setup that was given, and it's in profit, right? This was given on Monday, and it was reactivated just yesterday. Very, very nice. And so we did have a short bias on NSD/USD, and it is in profit. So I give a lot of setups during the week, and I send all the chart work on the chat. Sometimes in the Telegram channel, sometimes I forget what setups I even called. So I was too focused on NSD CAD that I forgot that we were in NSD/USD. But look at this. I mean, this 4-hour candle, awesome. And it's looking good for a short. So we can continue this next week. If you look at the entry criteria, we got a bearish closure. Let's look at this candle. See how it's a bearish closure? No wick at the bottom, no wick at the top. Below our horizontal ray. And then you got a nice short. So this is currently up around 28 pips with more downside to go. So NSD/USD. So this week, right now the video is titled 300 pip. But if I'm adding this, it might be even a 400 pip week. Look at the daily candle closure. I mean, that is just ridiculous. If you see these arrows, we've shorted NSD/USD from all the way up here. We got this short last week. We got this short this week. And whoever got, I did give this setup this week. Whoever got this, awesome. I definitely forgot about this trade. But NSD CAD definitely paid off, and we have all the way down to here to go. So pretty phenomenal. So if I do a ballpark, I'll update the pip count today. It's probably a 400 pip week. So pretty decent. And on 90% accuracy, not bad at all. So that should be that for today's session. I think we have enough setups for next week, and I think it's a good time for us to enjoy the weekend, enjoy the profits responsibly, and regroup for next week, because next week is not NFP week, so we have a nice clear week to trade. So that's gonna be awesome. So Castle Knight, what's up? Good evening. So yeah, Big G Dub. Hopefully I see you in the trade room on some of our midweek sessions. Definitely you can take advantage of the 50% off. And so a quick reminder for everyone that's still in the session. If you're new to us, you can get 50% off. Just use Jan50. Okay, you're gonna go to this link, forexlens.com forex-trading-room/getting-started. Fill this out and then use this at checkout. And if you're not new to us, you're a Signal member and you want to try the trading room, then you can try out this coupon code 25 off to get 25% off your first month. So that is that, guys. I'm RP Forex. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment on our video. We will be choosing a winner today, and it'll be published in our Telegram. So definitely do that, and I'll see you guys on Monday for another free session. Johnny B. Good just signed up. That's awesome, man. Welcome to the team. You're going to make a lot of pips, and you're also going to learn a lot. That's the main thing here. The main thing is to learn while you earn. Not too many services do that, and not too many services trade live. So that's pretty dope as well. So have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy those profits. And then get ready for Monday. We'll come in full force, ready to trade the market. So Monday will be another free session. So if you're still on the fence about joining, come in on Monday at the same time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and you'll see what the trading room is about. So peace and happy, not trading. Have a great weekend.